Hello! I'm off to Seoul today. It's been the whole month I've been in Korea and I haven't been to Seoul yet, I know. I'm doing a big trip next week, so it doesn't feel right to do the big trip before I do Seoul. So I'm doing Seoul today. I've got no plan. Again, this is going to be me wandering around kind of with my first impressions of the city and what I think of it. So let's go! Seoul is the capital of the Republic of Korea and it's a big city, and on that day it was also a very cold city. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is bloody freezing in Seoul today. It is bloody freezing. It was cold in Daegu and here it is even worse. So I was going to do a walk down the road and sort of see some sights on the way, but I'm going to take the metro because my teeth are literally too cold. That's how cold it is. In fact, I'd managed to visit Seoul on a day that it was colder than Moscow, which is the reason I don't have as much footage as I'd like, because I had to spend quite a lot of time indoors, and if I was outdoors for more than 10 minutes, I had to find shelter quickly. My first stop was the Korean War Memorial. This is built on a patch of land that was once part of an American military base and is now a memorial site and museum for the Korean War. It's full of murals, of old bits of military equipment, including planes, artillery, and there's a museum in the middle of it with some exhibits on the Korean War. An observation I've made since I've been here, because people asked me before I came out, oh, which Korea are you going to? Obviously South Korea, but at the memorial it's the rhetoric. You notice that both countries are vastly different in terms of the way they operate. And I'm not going to go into a whole history of the Korean War because the last thing that the world needs is another white guy explaining Asian history, but the rhetoric that both of them use about the war and about unification is one of division, of one of hopeful reunification. The practicalities of that are totally different. Neither side really want to go through with what reunification will entail. But it's interesting that both of them have a sorrowful outlook on it, at least publicly. My next stop was Itaewon, the foreigner-friendly area of Seoul, which is full of bars, clubs and restaurants, none of which were open on a Sunday afternoon. And it was also so cold that it was hard to spend any time in the outdoor markets. But Itaewon's there, it's a thing, it looks like it's a good place for a night out, which unfortunately I didn't get to experience. The area behind me is called the Yongsan Garrison. It's part of the city of Seoul that's been occupied by the military for the last 100 years. The military that has been occupied has changed several times. It was initially the Japanese, then the Korean military, then the North Korean military, and then the American military as it is today. But it's part of the city that people just can't go to, and the plan is soon it will be returned to Seoul as a big public park. But that is the forbidden bit. Seoul. I did try to look around the grounds of one of the palaces in central Seoul, but by the time I got there it was actually too late to go inside, so this was all I was able to get. Given that it was getting so late, I realised that meant it was only going to get colder in the city. It was time to get back to Daegu.